Hi, this is my e-portfolio video for love contract. Enjoy watching.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Dorashiki binti Mat Salim and my matric number is 056788. I'm from Terengganu, resided at IJL Hulu Terengganu. A little bit of my educational background. My secondary school was SMA Mahmudia. Then I furthered my study in Diploma in Law in Nizar. To be honest, being a law student and entering law school was not my first choice and it is beyond my expectation, but fate let me in and I'm glad to be chosen to be law student because when I started studying law, I already fell in love with this course. And I'm very eager to pursue my study in degree in law because during my attachment in diploma, I was fascinated seeing the lawyers and prosecutors. They make me feel so motivated to become just like them, inshallah, one day. So without further ado, let's go to our main point of this video where I will give my legal opinion on whether the MCO could lead to breach of contract. To help counter the COVID-19, the government of Malaysia initiated the Movement Control Order or MCO to slow down and control the spreading of the virus. So, due to the MCO, does it breach the contract? Force majeure is defined as an expected event such as war, crime, or an earthquake, which prevents someone from doing something that is written in a legal agreement. Sale and supply of goods, construction contracts, and supply of services are one of the examples of the type of agreements which typically contain a force majeure clause. The question arises here is, does the COVID-19 outbreak or the MCO fall within the ambit of a force majeure clause? Basically, parties will be excused or relieved from their contractual obligations and the burden of proof lies on the party wishing to invoke the clause. In this situation, the MCO falls within force majeure clause. In this situation, the MCO falls within force majeure clause because of the MCO, the party was unable and prevented from performing his contract. In other words, the current situation fit the definition of force majeure clause. Thus, the contract is said to be breached. The second item to look is whether the contract falls under frustration or not. Doctrine of frustration under Section 57 Clause 2 of the Contract Act 1950, where a contract to do an act which after the contract is made becomes impossible or by reason of some event which the promiser could not prevent, unlawful becomes void when the act becomes impossible or unlawful. There are three factors to satisfy the doctrine of frustration. The first one is there is a supervenient event. The second one is the said event did not occur due to the fault of either of both parties. And the third one is there is a significant change to the nature of the contractual right, which make it unjust to impose the contractual obligation on the parties. There are three factors to satisfy the doctrine of frustration. Applying in our current situation, in my point of view, during MCO, everyone has been restricted from doing their activities. Consequently, the party of the contract was unable to perform the contract. Here, it meets and satisfies the requirement or the factors of the frustration as the party of the contract could not perform their obligation and term of their contract because of the situation of COVID-19 and also MCO. Therefore, the contract is breached as there is frustration. In conclusion, because of the MCO, the contract is said to be breached because MCO falls within the ambit of force majeure clause and it also satisfies the doctrine of frustration. Thank you, that's all from me.